is still refusing to give me access to my own Apple account. So 2 days ago, I passed out on the streets on Jackson Avenue, and someone took my iPhone while I was passed out. I know, that was a coward move. Now Apple locks me out after 3 attempts trying to figure out my password because I changed my password 6 months ago. And when I figured it out the third time, mind you, Apple even said it in the phone conversation that I recorded. Said after 3 times we'll forcibly lock you out. But I got it right the third time, so why did you still lock me out? And they still won't answer that question. They, and this woman sit here and disrespect me when I'm trying to explain to her when she asks me how did this all happen? And I tried to explain to her, and she keeps cutting me off, cutting me off. That's not Apple customer service. And then she kept cutting me off when I'm trying to explain that her own colleague, her own advisor, told me that I had to wait 24 hours to have access to my account. Once that is clear and done, I should have recovery mode. But didn't get an email from Apple, didn't get anything from Apple. So how is a person supposed to find their iPhone if you forcefully lock someone out of their Apple account after 3 attempts? And then when mind you, when you put in the correct information to order to log in to get customer support from Apple, that should have been good enough. But yeah, like I said, Apple is making it much difficult for you to retrieve your phone because they want you to buy another phone. That's the scam. They want you to lose the old phone so you can buy the newest and latest version. I'm not buying another latest and version. Let me just find my phone like a common person. But they will refuse to allow me to find my phone and give me full access to my account. Well, I'm in the hospital bed. They knew this. I told them. And she's like, I don't care. She didn't care if I was on. I said, ma'am, I passed out. Someone took my phone. You won't help me get my phone back? Then what's the point calling you? So, ladies and gentlemen, Apple support sucks. And not only sucks, rude. And I recorded the conversation. I'm in New York City. I have that right to record my experience on the phone with Apple support because Apple likes to cover up their own bullshit. This time you can't cover this bullshit up. And I told the woman, she said, if you're recording this phone, I'm going to hang up. I said, ma'am, I'm in New York State. I'm entitled to record all my interactions. Even if I'm a business, I'm allowed to record you as a business. How are you telling me I can't record you? If I was a business person working with Apple and I wanted to buy several phones for my employees, you telling me I can't document my transactions? Come on, Apple. You're just being very entitled right now. Just give me access to my account. I provide you with all my information, accurate information, and you still won't give me access to my account. Then what's the point calling an advisor if someone from Apple is looking at my account and taking a sweet time to give me access to it? You just gave the criminals more time to get away with my phone with this new feature. Don't you feel stupid now, Apple? You literally feel like an asshole. Why would you change the I Find My Phone to make it harder for users to enable to find a phone? Mind you, everyone, there's a new setting in that setting. It's called recovery mode. Apple doesn't enable this by default. You have to enable it, which is, mind you, in reality, by isn't it by FCC that Apple should enable that by default? Since you're not a tech savvy individual that would not know about that. And mind you, not everyone reads Apple's keynotes. And that is the problem, Apple. Not everyone is tech savvy or understands this stuff. But Apple, by default, you should automatically enable recovery mode. And mind you, they said the phone might not be in recovery mode because it's not on at default. Then Apple, that is your responsibility because you send out the update. Then you should enable that. And then it's to the user's ability, to their ability if they want to disable it or enable it. This is why Apple is really falling off its foundation. It's not literally the same. This is why Steve Jobs needs to come back alive and take over because Tim Cook is doing a very horrible job. Sorry, Tim, but you are. I always love Steve. Always will be a Steve Jobs fan. But Tim, no, I'm not a Tim Cook fan. Why would you even change the settings without even notifying us? And now, and now that you now have a new feature, recovery mode. If I didn't enable that, then it might not be a good idea. Mind you, they said it themselves on the phone that you might not be able to recover your phone as fast as you think. It's on you, Apple. You did that. You forced that on us by not enabling that feature by default. So that looks like intent to harm and intent for us users to buy another Apple device. That's messed up, friend. So yeah, I'm on the phone with Apple while I'm in the hospital bed, and this is what Apple is treating me like. Piece of trash. I'm nothing but trash to them. So I'm I'm trash to Apple now, I guess. So now I have to wait for someone from Apple. Mind you, I just did the recovery part, and still it says that I still have to wait for Apple support to contact me. And this woman tells me no one's going to contact you from Apple support. Ma'am, I got a screenshot of what it says. We saw, mind you, everyone, we saw this yesterday when I live streamed it. What did it say? I had to wait 23 hours. It's past 23 hours. What's the excuse now, Apple? My password doesn't need changing because I already know the password. And I think you knew I know the password. So what's the excuse now? You locked me out my account after 3 attempts? That's a very, very aggressive by Apple, by the way. I understand 5 attempts, but 3 attempts? Really? I got it right the third time. So what's the problem? And they still won't answer that. They still won't answer this question. Why did you guys lock me out after the third attempt when I got it right the third attempt? They still won't answer that question. Goes to show you what really Apple is really capable of. Not very fond about Apple right now. They won't allow me to find my iPhone. And it sucks. So with that said, everyone, now you know how Apple really is treating their customers.